Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're looking at The World Until Yesterday. What Can We Learn from Traditional Societies by Jared Diamond. Jared Diamond has written a number of books covering various anthropological fields. He's most well known for writing the Pulitzer winning Guns, Germs, and Steel. Jared Diamond is a total polymath, but his books mostly cover linguistics, geography, evolutionary biology, and comparative sociology. I'll link some reviews to his other books in the description. I think they're all really good and I recommend them. If you're familiar with Jared Diamond's writing, this book is pretty much just what you'd expect from him. The World Until Yesterday. What can we learn from traditional societies? A common practice in today's globally connected world is to see a variety of different systems or philosophies and adopt the parts we like and leave out the rest. And what we end up with is ideally a much more functional system. This book looks at that concept through the lens of the fact that for practically all of human history, we have lived traditional, or you could even say primitive, lifestyles. Rapid technological advancement we see today is a new thing for humans. It used to be that we'd continue using the same technologies for hundreds or even thousands of years before major breakthroughs came about, and almost all of them are pretty recent. Most of these breakthroughs have made life much more comfortable for a lot of people in so many ways. I'm not even going to try listing them. But this advancement doesn't come without drawbacks, and some of them are pretty major: diabetes, hypertension, depression, pollution, etc. But there do still exist many cultures around the world that maintain less technology dependent lives. This book explores many of the differences between traditional cultures and modernized cultures, for which he uses the acronym WEIRD for Western Educated Industrial Rich Democracies. We look at some of the good and some of the bad for different cultures all around the world. Jared Diamond is a fairly cultured man. He's a polyglot, speaking over 10 languages, and he has extensive experience with New Guinea, having spent a lot of time living among the tribes there over the years. So, a lot of the anthropological material in this book is centered around various New Guinean groups. The book also looks at several tribes from African countries like the Zulu, the Pygmies, and the Kungsong Bushmen of the Kalahari Desert, as well as many Native American Indian examples and more. The main subjects of this book are how people share space, dispute resolution, childhood and old age, environmental and societal dangers, religion, language diversity, and health. I will say that out of the 5 Jared Diamond books I've read, this one wasn't my favorite. It was good, but I wouldn't call it a page turner like Guns, Germs, and Steel, Collapse, and Upheaval were. The conclusions he reaches at the end of the book are pretty obvious. Don't commit infanticide, exercise and eat healthy, learn more languages, be careful if you have to do something potentially dangerous. And this book points out some of the more brutal customs of certain traditional peoples, like infanticide and the ritual strangling of a widow if her husband dies, as well as a lot more pretty gruesome stuff. And he says, let's take all the good practices and abandon the bad ones. Yes, but the thing is, I don't think this book's audience are going to be the ones engaging in a lot of ritual murder anyway. And good luck telling a traditional society that's been doing things their way for who knows how long to stop because we deem it to be wrong. It's very easy to look at them and say, we would never do that. But that's mainly because of cultural conditioning. If we grew up in a culture where it was customary to abandon a wounded party member, chances are we would do that. I think this highlights an interesting phenomenon. I wonder if, say, a remote tribe from the Amazon were to suddenly learn about us, would there be things about which they would say, we would never do that? The value in this book is helping readers to recognize our own ethnocentrism. We do tend to judge other cultures by our standards and our conventions and experiences, but maybe we can really have a better understanding of human nature if we can try to see things from a more removed perspective. Okay, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Jared Diamond, in my opinion, is incapable of writing an uninteresting book, or a short one for that matter. And while this one wasn't my favorite, it was still well worth reading. Jared Diamond is almost 90 years old. The guy has seen and learned a lot, and he shares his knowledge with us in his writing. He bases some of his courses that he teaches at UCLA around these books, so reading them is like taking a class with him. If the ideas in this book sound interesting to you, make sure you check out my other Jared Diamond videos, and of course, check out The World Until Yesterday by Jared Diamond.